I don't know if you're familiar with this Epstein fella.
Heard of him.
Yeah, so this dude had this island where he and his girlfriend, Ghislaine, I like to call her Ghislaine Maxwell, were recruiting teenagers.
Yeah.
And then taking them there, and then they were basically turned to prostitutes of sorts. And then they would invite in this, well, we think, an exclusive clientele. We don't know because, according to the Justice Department, there is no list. So...
Or at the very least, they can't
There's no list.
They can't reveal anything because they don't want to...
There's no list. Hey, Pam Bondi.
Re-victimize victims.
Hey, Pam Bondi, is there a list? Oh, it's on my desk, waiting for review. And we've got truckloads of information. Mm-hmm. And they even put out the Epstein Files Phase 1. They did that earlier. Epstein Files Phase 1.
Well, if there's a Phase 1, must mean there's a Phase 2.
No, they put out a memo earlier this month that said, nope, that's everything. But Phase 1 wasn't anything new. It was stuff that was already out to the public. So then Phase 2 doesn't exist because they put out a memo saying, nope, there's no list. There's nothing else that we can reveal. The investigation's over. But what we do know, because we're not goobers, we understand that if Jeffrey Epstein was arrested for his weird sex parties, P. Diddy style, and Ghislaine Maxwell is doing time for facilitating these parties, and we know that she was transporting children for the purposes of sex by, we're talking teenagers here, right? We know then that those were victims of others, right?
Yeah.
Except that the Department of Justice says, no, others? What do you mean? We know that there are rapists out there. The Department of Justice is not interested in pursuing at this time. The question is always, why? And this is what's got everybody crazy. Why aren't we interested in pursuing them? So we've had a number of people who have been banging this drum for a very long time, most of them Trump supporters, because this has been a major issue for MAGA, and that is we've got to stop Epstein and the child rapists, right? And Trump said, we got to stop Epstein and the child rapists. And the Democrats said, we got to stop Epstein and the child rapists. And so when all of a sudden the Department of Justice says, nothing to see here, move along. Well, you're not going to change my mind. All right. How about if we in Congress, say some of the congresspersons, what if we just subpoena the Department of Justice for all of those files? Cool. So you've got a subcommittee that gets ready to do that. You know who's on that subcommittee? Big MAGA guy. A guy who's running for governor in the state of Arizona. A guy who wants to get to the bottom of where all these child rapists are, Andy Biggs. And they said, Andy, how do you vote? Do you want to release the files so that at the very least you and the subcommittee will have an opportunity to see who was victimizing these children? And he voted. No. Probably not.
No, he just voted no. It wasn't a probably not.
Why? Why would he vote no?
Well,
he in December tweeted, where is Epstein's client list? He has an opportunity to say, show me the list. And he voted no.
Well, he's running for governor here in Arizona.
Yeah.
He was endorsed by President Trump. And
so was his opponent.
Yes. Yes, they both were. But we know that you and I have talked about, he is a little more MAGA-y.
Yes.
Than Karen Taylor Robson.
Yeah. In fact, he even said, after Epstein was found dead in his prison cell, there's no one who believes it was a suicide. Well, surely he'd want to get to the bottom of it then.
But if President Trump and him are on the same page, Trump says lately, not in so many words, there's nothing to see here. And if Biggs is endorsed by Trump, continuing to count on that endorsement to potentially become governor here in Arizona, he can't turn his back on the president and say, hey, need to get to the bottom of this.
So a congressperson is simply doing the bidding of the president. A congressperson who has made bones on stopping child predators. A congressperson who has been happy to ride the MAGA wave of we're going to get to the bottom of this. A congressperson has bought into all the other conspiracy theories, and a congressperson who says that you have to send me to Washington so I can do what's right. And immediately, as soon as the president says, nah, then he goes, oh, all of my convictions are out the window. So there is no separation of powers is what you're telling me. It's whatever the president wants, I will do his bidding. So Andy Biggs is President Trump's water boy.
Potentially. There's another issue thrown out there that I don't have a great response towards that I've heard at times too of, well, why didn't the Biden administration go after this?
That's a really good question.
Merrick Garland apparently said that he wanted to be really cautious with this, and they had 4 years to do something with it, and they didn't do anything.
100% agree.
So if you're Andy Biggs, can he just say, hey, you know what? Democrats didn't do anything with it. I now think there's nothing to see here.
Oh, okay. So Andy Biggs is a Democrat, is what you're saying.
No, he agreed with the Democrats.
Andy Biggs he's doing whatever the Bidens want him to do then. So the Bidens, is this what you're telling me? The Bidens, the masterminds, the absolute 7D chess playing Joe Biden is now pulling the strings of President Trump and Andy Biggs. It's brilliant.
I don't know. I have a lot of questions. I don't have a lot of answers.
All while pretending to be a doddering fool who has trouble with stairs.
There was no pretending.
I like ice cream. But as soon as those doors close, he turns into Lex Luthor. That's brilliant. I mean, he's really committed to the character, is Biden.
Do you have an answer for it?
To why Biden didn't release him?
No, that or why Biggs is handling it the way he is now.
No, you're exactly right. He's trying to pick his lane. So he says, we've got two MAGA candidates, both endorsed by Trump. How do I show myself as being more Trump-like? Which could actually open up the door for Karen Taylor Robeson to bring some of the other MAGAs in, and she could start pounding the drum right now. This could be a mistake by Biggs. She could start pounding the drum right now for, I want the truth. I want the truth. I want the truth. And she can even bring up, the truth is out there. Biden hid it.
Maybe.
She absolutely could do that. The only trouble with that logic, with why didn't Biden release it, is that if you turn it around, the same question applies to Trump. And that is...
Back in 2016 to 2020?
But right now is what I'm saying. So Biden didn't... No, not 2016 to 2020. Yeah. Biden, if there was something in there that was damning about Trump, why didn't Biden release it? It's a great question. I don't have the answer to it. Flip side, if there's all this clamor and you are losing your base and you've got members of Congress that are speaking out against you and your name is not involved in it somewhere, why wouldn't you release it?
Well, we're told his name is involved in it.
Right, but
Bondi's told him.
He could easily say, right, my name is in it. Everybody knows that we were friends in the 90s and 2000s. That doesn't mean I'm a pedophile.
That's right.
He easily could do that.
Yep.
There's no evidence that he's a pedophile. There's just evidence of him being at parties with Epstein. That's it.
Even if these files come out, we don't know that they're going to lead to new charges. We're just going to see a lot of names.
It leads me to believe that there are big names on both sides of the aisle, and potentially big names that have more influence over the politicians than even the politicians themselves on those lists.
It's possible.
Right. That's what it leads me to believe.
Oh, there's pictures out there with the Clintons with Epstein,
right.
with Trump with Epstein. There's a lot of famous rich people.
And we know that
who were photographed with Jeffrey Epstein.
This birthday book that the Wall Street Journal was reporting on may have had birthday wishes from Bill Clinton in there as well, right? Oh, no, Bill Clinton's a pervert? Who would have ever guessed it?
Not me.
No way. You got to be kidding me. Yeah. Hey, Andy Biggs, can we release information about Bill Clinton being a pervert?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, he'd vote yes on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's trying to pick his lane right now, and his lane is there's no daylight between me and the White House. The problem is that stands to backfire because this isn't going away, and that's our why today. Why is the Epstein scandal never going away? This is now part of American history in the same way that Monica Lewinsky is synonymous with the Clinton administration.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.